Remember when, like, talking about UFOs? He's like, I don't know, a one-way ticket to the fringe.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
But now it's like we've walked through a door or something, and like everything's different. It's mainstream. It's in Congress. Even presidents are mentioning it.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's wild.
So today, we're diving deep right into all of that. We're talking UFOs, government whistleblowers, the whole thing.
Yeah.
And to help us make sense of it all, we've got the insights of Merrick von Rennenkamp.
Okay.
He's a former analyst
Wow.
for both the State Department and the Department of Defense.
Seriously.
Yeah. And he was recently on Elizabeth Vargas Reports.
I saw that.
He did not hold back.
He did not. And you're right to point out, like, the sheer number of people coming forward now and the fact that a lot of them, they aren't just some random person, you know? These are people with backgrounds, with security clearances who've built careers on this stuff.
Yeah. So let's get into it. One of the biggest things von Rennenkamp talked about was this alleged program, Immaculate Constellation.
Yeah.
Now, we've all heard whispers about secret government stuff, right? But if this is true, and that's a big if, this is different. This program is supposedly like a gold mine of UFO data, photos, videos, even government documents.
See, and that's what makes this so interesting. This isn't just someone saying, oh, I saw something weird. This is suggesting there's actual proof out there somewhere. And sure, we haven't seen it, but it definitely makes you wonder.
It does. And von Rennenkamp doesn't present this as like a one-off thing. He says this is part of a larger trend with more and more former officials coming forward with similar stories.
Right. And that's where things get really interesting, right? Because when you have multiple people, especially people who seem credible, all telling the same story, well, it's hard to just dismiss it all as nothing, you know? It's like this ripple effect where the more people talk, the harder it is to ignore.
It's like a conspiracy of credibility almost.
Exactly.
You get these puzzle pieces and they kind of start to fit together, you know? And speaking of fitting together, even former presidents Trump and Obama have said some pretty interesting stuff about UFOs.
They have. And it's a big deal because for the longest time, nobody wanted to touch this topic.
Yeah.
Like, at all. So when someone like Trump comes out and says he's heard these reports from pilots about these spherical objects and that he even talked to the pilots directly, well, it kind of changes things, you know?
It does. And it's not like he was just mentioning it in passing. It sounded like he was actually digging for information.
Yeah.
Then you have Obama, who was a little more vague, but still admitted there are things caught on camera that we just can't explain.
Yeah.
And he even hinted at what it could mean if it turns out these things are, you know, not from here.
Right, which is the big question, isn't it? Like, where are these things coming from? And that shift from just laughing it off to actually taking it seriously, that's what von Rennenkamp was talking about. That shift is huge because it's like this door that's been slammed shut for years, and now it's finally starting to open a crack.
And it's not just whispers anymore. You know, it's like Congress is holding hearings now. They're demanding the Pentagon tell them what's going on.
I know, right? It's not some conspiracy theory anymore. It's like front page news.
Exactly. And this is where things get really wild. Like, hold on to your hats wild. Because von Rennenkamp, he says his whistleblower, this person claims that F-22s, you know, those super advanced fighter jets?
Yeah.
They've been, get this, chased and shot down by UFOs.
Okay, so this is where we got to, like, take a step back for a second. Don't get me wrong. It's an amazing story. But remember what they say. Extraordinary claims need extraordinary evidence.
Totally. It's like you're watching that awesome sci-fi movie, you're on the edge of your seat, and then, bam, the screen goes black. You're like, wait, what just happened? I need answers.
Right. You need something solid to hold on to. We can get caught up in the excitement, but we also need to be, like, realistic.
Oh, absolutely. Which is why this whole bipartisan thing is so interesting to me. Because von Rennenkamp, he points out that this isn't just like one group of people pushing for this. He mentions John Brennan, you know, the former CIA director.
Yeah.
Even he said publicly that there are these unexplained things flying around.
And that's huge for a couple of reasons. First, it means this isn't just some political football anymore, you know? It's like both sides are admitting there's something weird happening.
So you can't just brush it off so easily.
Exactly. Second, and maybe even bigger, is who Brennan is, right?
Okay.
He was the CIA director. He knows things, man. So when Etchy says there's something out there, that means something.
That's like, okay, maybe we need to pay attention here. So we've got whistleblowers, we've got former presidents, we've got top officials, and now Congress is involved. This feels massive.
It really does. It's like, we used to laugh this stuff off, right? Called it crazy talk. But now it's like, maybe we don't know everything. Maybe there's more to the universe than we thought.
It's wild, right? Like it makes you rethink everything you thought you knew.
Seriously. And, with all this talk about secret programs and aliens, it's easy to forget that just a little while ago, even bringing this up was a surefire way to get laughed at.
Oh, totally.
Von Rennenkampf, he actually compares it to the 50s and 60s when the government was basically like, nope, nothing to see here, move along.
Really?
Yeah. He even quotes one CIA guy who basically admitted they were trying to make anyone who saw something look like a total nut job.
Wow. So they weren't just ignoring it. They were like going out of their way to bury it.
Exactly. Makes you wonder what they were so scared of, right?
No kidding. But hey, at least things are different now, right?
Right. We're not in the Stone Age anymore. People are smarter now, more willing to question things, especially when the government says, just trust us.
Plus, you've got the internet now, right? Everyone's got a voice.
Exactly. It's like you can't just control the narrative anymore. People talk, they share information, and suddenly it's a lot harder to keep secrets.
It's like we're finally breaking free from these old ways of thinking. Who knows what we'll discover now that we're actually allowed to ask questions?
That's what's so exciting. It's a little scary too, sure, but mostly exciting. We're challenging everything we thought we knew and pushing ourselves to grow.
I love it. So to everyone listening who's hopefully just as fascinated by this stuff as we are, here's something to think about. We've explored some pretty wild possibilities today, from government cover-ups to, well,
Yeah.
the possibility that we're not alone. But this is just the beginning. Keep asking those questions, keep digging for answers, and whatever you do, don't be afraid to consider the impossible. Because as we've seen today, sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Thanks for coming along on this incredible deep dive with us. We'll be back next time with even more mind-blowing mysteries. Until then, keep exploring.
And so, Carl, here's the million-dollar question. Do you believe that a higher form of non-human intelligence has visited this planet?
Right. So non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity. This interaction is not new, and it's been ongoing. And there are unelected people in the government that are aware of that.